Spline Core. This is the height adjust menu. But we're going to do it in a way that allows us to still use all three factory settings. Well, I've been wanting to show you about the GAP tool. Alright, let's play with the GAP Interactive Interface Diagnostics tool a little bit today. And I think the first step is just understanding these height presets. They're really easy to do, they're reversible. I think they're quite valuable because they provide a uniform offset to the factory heights. That means you'll still have all three of these heights, access height, standard height, and off-road height. But it will compound with this additional value you set, either more or less lift than the factory baseline. So let's check that out. That means you'll still be able to use all three, but the center line will be in a new position. Alright, so now we need to grab our tool and keep mine in the glove box here. This is the Universal Onboard Diagnostics connection style. And, as you can see, we're going to need to plug this thing in right here. See, the light came on? You'll always know if it's plugged in because the light's flashing. And when that light's flashing, you'll also get a new voltage indication here. This is why they call it the integrated interface. The integrated interface is right here. So that's why they call it the integrated interface diagnostics. Because you could use this, but we're going to use the phone. And to do that, I'm just going to use my shortcut. Alright, we launched the app. I'll connect to the last tool. It'll load all these different connections. And we're good. Next step. Alright, here we are, and we want to go into this height adjust mode. It's the second one down. Here we get a lot of information about the system. This is our main screen. When we get to this height adjust screen, we're presented with a few things. We've got a default setting, and then these are all presets that I've created. You can see I select them and the numbers change up here. The way to think about this is you have the factory setting, which the arrow points at. That's default. And you can see there's 0 offset. 0 height offset. The front and rear are adjustable independently. These are my presets. Let's start with my mild lift. To modify a preset, you hold the button, the values in millimeters. You can link or unlink with the toggle button. You can name each preset and go ahead and save it when you're ready. If I long hold this, I get into the interface, and here's where I can make modifications. If I press up or down, these modifications are applied to both the front and rear uniformly. I could, if I wanted to reduce the rake or maybe, level the ride, I could unlink the values and then perhaps add more or less lift to the front or rear independently. Now, one of the things you can do is name it. You just tap here and use the keyboard and give your setting a name. In my case, I just kind of said, hey, look, I've got these 3 settings. I've got a mild lift that's 2 centimeters. I've got a aerodynamic mode that takes it down 1 centimeter. And then I've got a maximum lift. Let's look at that. Just for how the vehicle's set up, I can't add any more lift to the rear, even if I unlink these values. So I think it's because by default, the factory has a bit of a rake in the look and feel. So I call this max lift because it's the maximum I'm able to do is 4.5 centimeters, or so that's 45 millimeters of lift in the front, 34 in the rear. Height adjust menu. Let's look at this screen. This is the main screen that we're talking about today, and as I tap these presets, the numbers shift up here. This is displayed in millimeters, so this is 20 millimeters, aka 2 centimeters. That's my mild lift option. I also have an aerodynamic mode that removes 10 millimeters, or 1 centimeter, from the factory height. If I were to apply my aero mode, it would be 1 centimeter lower than standard height. That means I could go to off-road height, and if I went to off-road height, it would be 1 centimeter lower at off-road height and 1 centimeter lower at access height. So you should think of these global presets as something that makes it changed for all height modes. So how do you make a preset? It's really easy. You just hold on one of them and you get this interface. Again, the value shown here is in millimeters. You can tap to change the name of your preset, and you can choose to link or unlink the front and rear. So even if you made, say, here a offset, it's going to be respected as you tap up and down. For me, I want to remain uniform on this setting, so I'm going to keep it like this. And I wanted 2 centimeters of lift, that's 20 millimeters. You hit save, and now that's been put into the memory for your 3 preset memory items. Next, I think we ought to show how we go ahead and program these. Only one thing left to do is upload the changes to the vehicle. So let's just go ahead and put it into my maximum lift, and in order to do that, I press this program button. It says, do I want to upload? And I'm going to select yes. So now that's written to the vehicle. Since the vehicle isn't running, nothing has happened yet. I'll need to turn the car on and it'll automatically turn the compressor on. I can feel the vehicle lifting. And now it's at my new set point. Let's see how it looks from outside. You can see we're still in standard height here. Now that's clearly higher than standard. I'll go to my aero mode. Let's try aero. Go ahead and program that. We'll upload the changes and let's watch it drop. I heard the blow-off valve. And there we go. Settle all the way down to aero mode. Let's go look at it. So there you have it, a lot lower. So there's our success. We've used the GAP tool to do 3 preset heights. Let's set one more for the road and watch it from outside. If you want to learn more about these Land Rovers, get some 3D diagnostics and diagrams.
How as we move around, we can see stuff on this far side.
Stop recording. Remove the strut from the door, then the body. We do all kinds of things with holograms here. So check out Slime Corp for more. Slime Corp. Anyways, I'm getting carried away. That was about the GAP tool. See you later.